Have you ever pondered over the significance of a good attitude in Islam and how it reflects in the life of Hazrat Muhammad SAW? In the enduring wisdom of Islam, our attitude forms the framework of our actions and interactions. It's the lens through which we perceive the world and respond to it. An outlook steeped in positivity and kindness reflects the very essence of Islam, a faith that champions compassion, respect, and humility. The Prophet Muhammad SAW was a shining beacon of these virtues. His life, a testament to the power of a good attitude. The hadiths, sayings of the Prophet, are filled with teachings that emphasize the importance of good manners. One such hadith states, "The best among you are those who have the best manners and character." Now let's explore how the Prophet Muhammad SAW embodied this principle in his personal and social life. His interactions were always colored by respect and kindness, regardless of a person's status or faith. He was patient in adversity, humble in success, and consistently merciful. He treated every individual with dignity, echoing the Quranic verse, "And we have certainly honored the children of Adam." Moreover, he encouraged his followers to adopt a similar approach. A well-known hadith tells us that nothing is weightier on the scale of deeds than one's good manners. This hadith underscores the importance of good attitude not just in this life, but in the hereafter as well. In essence, good attitude in Islam is not merely about being polite or courteous. It's about embodying the values of empathy, humility, respect, and kindness in every aspect of our lives. It's about treating people with dignity and fairness regardless of their background or beliefs. It's about reflecting the mercy and compassion of Allah in our actions and words. And who better to guide us in this journey than the Prophet Muhammad SAW? His life serves as an exemplary model of good attitude, giving us a roadmap to follow. Indeed, the life of Hazrat Muhammad SAW serves as the perfect guide for us to understand and implement good attitude in our lives. Let's delve into an incident from the life of Hazrat Muhammad SAW that beautifully illustrates his kindness and compassion. In the bustling city of Mecca, there lived an elderly woman notorious for her ill feelings towards the Prophet. Each day, as Hazrat Muhammad SAW passed her house, she would throw garbage upon him from her window, a clear sign of her disdain. Yet, the Prophet, with his heart filled with kindness, never reciprocated her hostility. Instead, he would simply smile and continue on his way. One day, as he walked by her house, he noticed the absence of the usual shower of refuse. Concerned for her well-being, he decided to check on her. He discovered that the woman had fallen ill and was unable to care for herself. Now imagine this. Here was a woman who had shown nothing but contempt for the Prophet. Yet when he found her in a state of distress, he did not react with indifference or satisfaction. Instead, he showed an extraordinary level of compassion. He took care of her, ensuring she had food and water, and even helped clean her home. The woman, astounded by his kindness, asked him why he had come to her aid, despite her ill treatment of him. The Prophet simply replied, "I have not been sent to curse people, but as a mercy to all mankind." This story is a powerful lesson for us all. It teaches us to respond to hate with love, to cruelty with kindness, and to always put the welfare of others above our own feelings. It is a reminder that real strength lies not in retaliation, but in forgiveness and compassion. Through this incident, we see a beautiful example of the Prophet's kindness, not just in his words, but in his actions. He showed us that kindness is not just about being nice to those who are nice to us, but about extending our love and care to those who may not necessarily deserve it in our eyes. Through his actions, Hazrat Muhammad SAW taught us the true meaning of kindness even towards those who harm us. Another remarkable aspect of Hazrat Muhammad's SAW character was his patience. Let's explore a story that exemplifies this. In the early days of his prophethood, Hazrat Muhammad SAW traveled to the city of Taif, about 60 miles from Mecca, to spread Islam's message. However, the people of Taif did not welcome him. Instead, they mocked him, hurled abuses, and even incited their children to pelt him with stones. Despite the intense hostility and physical harm, the Prophet SAW remained patient and composed. Imagine walking through a hailstorm of stones, each one striking and tearing at your flesh. Imagine your feet bleeding and your heart heavy with rejection. Yet throughout this torment, the Prophet SAW never once lost his patience. He persevered, maintaining his dignity and grace, demonstrating an extraordinary level of patience and forbearance. When the Prophet SAW left Taif, he was physically wounded and emotionally distressed. Yet he did not curse the people of Taif or wish ill upon them. Instead, he prayed to Allah, seeking strength and patience. He said, "O Allah, to you I complain of my weakness, lack of resources, and humiliation before the people. You are the most merciful. You are the Lord of the weak, and my Lord too. Even in his moment of extreme hardship, the Prophet, did not lose hope or faith. He did not let his personal pain overshadow his mission or his character. He stood firm, patient, and forgiving, teaching us that patience is not about passively enduring hardship, but about maintaining our composure, faith, and kindness, even when faced with adversity. The Prophet's journey to Taif is a powerful testament to his patience and perseverance. It reminds us that trials and tribulations are a part of life. However, it is how we react to these challenges that define who we are. Patience is not just about waiting for the storm to pass, but about learning how to dance in the rain. The Prophet's patience in the face of adversity is a lesson for all of us to remain steadfast and patient in our own trials. Humility was another hallmark of Hazrat Muhammad's character. Let's delve into a story that beautifully illustrates this. In the bustling city of Medina, the Prophet Muhammad, was known to often sit and share meals with his servants. This was not a common practice among the leaders of the time. They typically dined in grandeur, surrounded by their equals, while the servants were relegated to the sidelines. But for the Prophet, every individual was an equal, and this reflected in his actions. He didn't believe in social hierarchies or status. Instead, he valued the essence of humanity, treating everyone with the same respect and dignity, irrespective of their social standing. One day, as the sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of orange and purple, the Prophet, sat down to eat. He was joined by his servants, who were initially hesitant, not used to sharing a meal with their leader. But the Prophet, with his characteristic warmth, welcomed them. As they began to eat, there was a sense of camaraderie and equality. The Prophet, didn't sit at the head of the table as leaders often do. He sat amongst his servants, talking to them, listening to their stories, sharing his own. His humility was evident in these moments. He didn't see himself as above or below anyone. To him, they were all companions. This story is a testament to the Prophet's humility. Despite being a leader, he never let his status come in the way of his interactions with others. He treated everyone with kindness and respect, showing us that true humility isn't about seeing yourself as less. It's about seeing others as equals. So, the next time you find yourself in a position of power or status, remember this story. Emulate the Prophet's humility. Treat everyone with respect and kindness, irrespective of their social standing. It's not about who sits at the head of the table, but about who shares the table with you. Hazrat Muhammad, showed us that true greatness lies in humility and treating everyone with respect. As we have seen, Hazrat Muhammad lived his life with utmost kindness, patience, and humility. This beautiful attitude of the Prophet was not just a display of character, but a manifestation of his deep-rooted faith. His kindness was not merely an act, but a reflection of his love for humanity. His patience stemmed from his unwavering belief in Allah's plan. His humility, despite his high status, was a testament to his devotion to Allah. We've journeyed together through stories of the Prophet's life, gleaning lessons from his interactions, his responses to adversity, and his humble demeanor. Each of these aspects of his life offers us a roadmap to developing a good attitude, a roadmap that leads to a fulfilling and peaceful life. Emulating the Prophet's attitude is not just about being kind, patient, and humble. It's about embodying these qualities in a way that they become a part of our essence, just like they were a part of his. Kindness, for instance, is not just about being nice to others. It's about genuinely caring for their well-being, about going out of our way to make their lives better. Patience is not just about waiting for our turn. It's about having faith that our turn will come when it's the right time. Humility is not just about being modest. It's about recognizing that we are all equals in the eyes of Allah. When we strive to live like the Prophet, we not only enrich our own lives, but we also contribute to a better world. His teachings guide us to have a positive impact on the lives of those around us, to create a society that is kind, patient, and humble. In conclusion, emulating the Prophet's attitude is not just about imitating his actions. It's about internalizing his values, about making his teachings a part of our lives. It's about striving every day to be better, to do better, and to make the world around us better. Let's strive to embody the teachings of Hazrat Muhammad, in our lives, for it is the path to true success and tranquility.